St. John's Cemetery is the resting place of about 250,000 Acadiana ancestors, and it's the history that's buried right here that laid the foundation for the Acadiana we know today.
And without them and their sacrifices, we might not be where we are today.
St. John's Cathedral of the Evangelist is a staple of Lafayette, but if you look just behind it, you might be surprised at what you'll find.
It is a documented history of the people that have lived here.
Established in 1821, St. John's Cemetery is the resting place of thousands of residents. Everything from the tombs.
I often wonder if this tombstone could talk, what would it tell me about the life of the individual buried there?
To the historic oak tree shading them.
He was looking for high ground. Well, if you find a ridge with live oak trees, you know that that's high ground.
Plays a special role in Acadiana's story. But to really understand its importance, let's start at the beginning.
Father Michel Bernard Barrière came here from France. He's getting away from the French Revolution. So he came to New Orleans and he's speaking to the Archbishop and he is speaking French. And the Archbishop says, "Thank God you speak French, because I have all these Acadians that have come down from Nova Scotia. They were exiled by the British and they came to live in Louisiana because it was French and because it was Catholic. So they needed to have a church for all these people to maintain their religion."
Once the Acadians settled, they named the town Vermilionville.
It's autumn time and the leaves are red and the mud is red, and he says in French, "Oh, c'est vermillon." So he called the bayou the Vermilion Bayou and the little town Vermilionville.
A piece of history that still exists today in tourist attractions and the university.
And you know that nice crimson red color that the University of Louisiana at Lafayette is here? That is vermilion. It's not red, it's vermilion.
Many of the early settlers of the area are buried at St. John's Cemetery. If you're familiar with Lafayette, you know the odd street names. For example, Cali Saloon. Well, what many don't know is that these are the names of several important settlers of our community.
I'll always point out Ambassador Caffrey, Cali Saloon, A.R.S. Landry, all the street names, and they really, oh, I didn't know that was a real person.
Real people who paved the way for the Acadians along the bayou.
Without their sacrifices and without their diligence to preserve our Catholic faith and the history of their ancestors, where would we be as a society? It's a truly inspirational place. It's a place of peace, and it's truly a piece of history that has written itself into the hearts of so many of us without even us knowing it.
And as for the future of the cemetery, LeBlanc says they will continue to preserve Acadiana's history for many years to come. Reporting in Lafayette, Carly Laing, KLFY News 10.